Welcome back to American Latino TV. I'm Valerie Ortiz. An LGBT pride reception held at the White House last year made international news when President Obama was interrupted by an audience member protesting the detention and deportation of transgender immigrants. The transgendered woman who made the protest is Jennicet Gutierrez, an activist for transgender equality. Groups such as GetEQUAL and as an undocumented immigrant, she is a founding member of FAMILIA T.Q.L.M, which was established to advocate for gay and transgender deportees, often excluded in the immigration debate. And now, for more on her fight for equality and insight into her harrowing journey is the activist herself, Jennicet Gutierrez, speaking truth to power right here on American Latino TV.
My name is Jennicet Gutierrez. I'm a trans Latina activist, and I'm also an organizer with the organization FAMILIA Trans-Queer Liberation Movement. I was born in Mexico in a small town called Tuxpan, Jalisco. There are a lot of similarities, the way the LGBT community, especially trans women, are faced in Mexico or here in the United States. Sadly, it's 2016 and we're still seeing a lot of violence, a lot of discrimination. We don't have access to sometimes the basic needs to survive, and that's why you see a high number of unemployment, and the family acceptance is very low too, especially when you're transgender. So sometimes it seems that it could be worse back in our home countries, but that's why many of us flee and take make the ultimate sacrifice to come in and settle here in the U.S. So what happens when we settled or turn ourselves into the border? We are put in a detention center. And this is one of the issues that I became very personal, and that's why I was able to be known in the community of activism locally, and that's when the opportunity came to go to the White House and do the action. I just could not turn it down.
I've told you that the civil rights of LGBT Americans...
President Obama, release all LGBTQ detention centers. President Obama, stop the torture and abuse of trans women in detention centers. President Obama. What happened at the White House is something that the trans community has been dealing with for years in this country, right? As we continue to move forward and fight for equality or same-sex marriage, the trans community has been left behind. And we have very limited resources, while you have, on the other hand, campaigns for same-sex marriage being thrown millions and millions of dollars to have access to marriage. So when that opportunity came to go to the White House and do the interruption, as an activist, I could not be playing the respectability politics.
No one more deportation! No one more deportation! No one more deportation! You know deportation!
I believe once you make an issue personal and it becomes something that impacts you, that I'm sure it's not going to be the end of it, right? Because we are living under a system that it wasn't designed for us. So that's what I feel, that this was my calling, and I see it as a lifelong commitment, unless we find other ways that we can stop all the abuses that are taking place. And then at that point, I can say, okay, I can retire.